5 quick bedtime hacks doctors don't talk about. You know, there's something magical about the quiet moments right before we drift off to sleep. But let me ask you, how often do you toss and turn, staring at the ceiling, wishing your body would just let go? Tonight, I want to share something that could change that for you. In this video, we're diving into 5 quick bedtime hacks that most doctors never talk about. These are simple, easy-to-do things you can try tonight without buying expensive gadgets or relying on more pills. And here's the promise. If you stay with me all the way to the end, you'll walk away with not just tips, but one powerful secret technique, the kind that makes you say, "How did I not know this before?" You might already know parts of it. It might even seem basic, but the results, they are out of this world. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you by the hand, step by step, through calming, doctor-overlooked methods that soothe your body, quiet your mind, and set you up for deeper, more refreshing rest. This isn't just about sleeping. It's about waking up tomorrow with energy, clarity, and peace you might have forgotten was possible. So lean back, maybe adjust your pillow, and stay with me, because if you've been searching for that one thing to finally make your nights easier, this could be it. Hack 1: the temperature drop trick. Most people don't realize that your body has a built-in sleep signal, and it has nothing to do with counting sheep. It's all about your body temperature. When your core temperature begins to drop, it signals your brain that it's time to sleep. But here's the hack: you can actually help your body do this faster. One of the simplest ways is by taking a warm shower about an hour before bed. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's why it works. The warmth expands your blood vessels. Once you step out, your body naturally cools down. And that cooling triggers your brain to say, "All right, it's bedtime." If a shower feels like too much, you can also dip your feet in warm water for 10 minutes. Yes, just your feet. It has the same effect. The magic here is in mimicking what your body would naturally do over time, but in a way that accelerates the process. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how babies fall asleep faster after a warm bath? The same principle applies to us, even at 60, 70, or 80. Our bodies never lose that natural response. Try it tonight and see how much faster you sink into sleep. And stay tuned, because hack 2 is even simpler, and you can do it right from your bed without moving an inch. Hack 2: the breathing reset. Here's something incredibly simple that can calm your nervous system almost instantly: controlled breathing. Doctors might recommend relaxation, but very few explain exactly how. Tonight, I'll share a quick, science-backed method that melts away stress in under 2 minutes. It's called the 4-7-8 technique. You inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. This isn't just about oxygen. It's about resetting your heart rate and signaling your body that it's safe to relax. When you extend your exhale, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for deep rest. Think of it as flipping the switch from alert mode to rest mode. And here's the beauty. You don't need to sit cross-legged on a yoga mat or meditate for hours. You can literally do this lying in bed with your eyes closed in total comfort. If you've been struggling with a racing mind, worrying about tomorrow's to-do list, or replaying old memories when you should be sleeping, this hack is your best friend. It quiets the chatter, lowers blood pressure, and lets your body know it's safe to drift. Try 3 or 4 rounds tonight, and you'll feel a wave of calm that's hard to describe until you experience it yourself. Next, hack 3 involves something even more surprising: the way you position your body. Hack 3, the side sleep secret. Let's talk about something we rarely question: how we position ourselves in bed. Most people don't realize that sleep posture can make or break your night's rest. If you often wake up groggy, stiff, or with little aches in your back or shoulders, this is the hack you've been missing. Doctors don't always tell you this, but side sleeping, especially on your left side, can be a game changer. Why? Because it improves circulation, supports digestion, and helps reduce acid reflux, which tends to get worse with age. When you lie on your left side, your stomach is positioned below your esophagus, meaning less chance for those uncomfortable midnight burn-ups. Here's another tip: put a pillow between your knees. This small adjustment keeps your hips aligned and takes pressure off your lower back. If you've ever woken up with soreness in your hips or knees, this one trick can change everything. And don't underestimate the power of pillow height. A pillow too high or too flat can strain your neck. The right pillow should keep your spine straight from your head all the way down. Positioning is such a basic thing, you might think. I already know this. But here's the truth: you won't believe the difference until you wake up pain-free and more refreshed. Hack 4 is about something even more overlooked: light. Hack 4, the light control method. We live in a world that never turns off. Phones glowing, TVs flashing, streetlights sneaking through the blinds. But your body is still wired the same way it was thousands of years ago. It relies on darkness to release melatonin, the hormone that tells you it's time to sleep. Here's the hack: dim your lights an hour before bed. Not just turn them off when you're ready to sleep, but intentionally create a sunset effect in your home. Lower the lamps, use warm-colored bulbs, or even light a candle if it's safe. This signals your brain that nighttime has arrived. And here's a powerful bonus tip: avoid blue light. That means no scrolling on your phone or watching bright screens right before bed. Blue light tells your brain it's daytime, keeping melatonin locked away. If you can't resist, at least turn on the night shift setting or wear blue light blocking glasses. You might be surprised. Just 30 minutes of light control before bed can make you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. It's that dramatic. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about creating the right environment for your body to release the hormones it already knows how to make. Now, hack 5 might sound a little unusual, but once you try it, you'll never want to go without it.
Hack 5, the gratitude drift. This one might surprise you. It's not a gadget, a pill, or even a position. It's about your thoughts. Studies show that people who end their day with gratitude not only fall asleep faster, but also experience deeper, more restorative rest. Here's how you can do it. When you lie down, instead of replaying worries, take a moment to name 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's the sound of rain outside, a call from your grandchild, or simply the softness of your pillow. By focusing on these simple joys, you shift your brain away from stress and into peace. Why does this work? Because gratitude lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and raises serotonin, the feel-good chemical that helps regulate sleep. In other words, you're giving your brain the perfect chemical cocktail for rest. It might sound basic, almost too simple, but when you combine gratitude with the other hacks, temperature, breathing, posture, and light, you create a powerful system that transforms sleep from something frustrating into something healing. And before we move on, let me say this. If you're still watching right now, I know you're serious about improving your nights. So here's a little challenge. Type 1 down in the comments to let me know you're with me. Now, let's go deeper into building the ultimate bedtime routine. Hack 6, the cup of calm. One thing most of us grew up with was the idea of a warm drink before bed. And while coffee and black tea are a big no-no, there are gentle herbal teas that work wonders. Chamomile, lavender, and lemon balm are some of the best. They're natural relaxants that calm your nervous system without side effects. But here's the trick most people don't know. It's not just about the herbs. It's also about the ritual. The act of slowing down, holding a warm cup, and sipping slowly sends a signal to your body that it's time to transition from the busyness of the day to the calm of the night. If you're not a tea person, even warm water with a slice of lemon can give you the same grounding effect. The key is warmth. It relaxes the muscles and prepares the digestive system to rest. And here's a bonus. Avoid alcohol. A nightcap might make you feel sleepy at first, but it actually disrupts your sleep cycles, leaving you restless and dehydrated. Herbal tea, on the other hand, supports your body's natural rhythm. So tonight, instead of reaching for the remote or scrolling through your phone, try making yourself a cup of calm. It's one of those small changes that adds up to a big difference. Next, hack 7 is about movement, but not the kind you're thinking. Hack 7, gentle stretch release. Most people assume exercise at night will keep them awake, but here's the secret. Gentle stretching actually prepares your body for rest. Think of it as telling your muscles, we're done for the day. You don't need a yoga mat or a long routine. Just 5 minutes of slow, easy stretches can release tension you didn't even realize you were holding. Start by rolling your shoulders, then gently stretch your neck from side to side. A seated forward bend or simply bringing your knees to your chest while lying in bed can also work wonders. This isn't about burning calories. It's about circulation. When you stretch, you improve blood flow, reduce stiffness, and signal your nervous system to relax. For many people over 60, aches and pains are what keep them awake. Stretching eases that discomfort before it even starts. Another tip, try pairing your stretches with deep breathing. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you release. It doubles the calming effect. The best part? It doesn't take more than a few minutes. By the time you crawl under the covers, your body already feels lighter, looser, and ready to rest. Up next, Hack 8 is about creating an unexpected ally in your bedroom, sound. Hack 8, the sound cocoon. Have you ever noticed how silence at night can sometimes feel loud? The ticking of a clock, the hum of the fridge, even distant traffic. It all seems amplified when you're trying to sleep. That's where this hack comes in. Sound therapy. I'm not talking about blasting music. I mean soft, consistent sounds that create a cocoon of calm. White noise machines, rainfall apps, or even a small fan can mask disruptive noises and help your brain settle. Here's why it works. Your brain loves patterns. When it hears a steady, predictable sound, it stops paying attention to every little creak or bump in the night. That consistency allows you to slip into deeper stages of sleep without constant micro-awakenings. If white noise isn't your thing, try nature sounds, waves, crickets, or gentle wind. For some people, even soft instrumental music does the trick. The beauty of this hack is that it's customizable. You get to choose what feels calming to you. It turns your bedroom into a safe, predictable environment where nothing surprises you awake. And don't worry, you can set a timer so it doesn't run all night, just long enough to carry you into the peaceful stages of sleep. Next, Hack 9 deals with one of the biggest culprits of poor sleep, the mind that won't stop spinning. Hack 9, the notebook dump. Have you ever laid down, closed your eyes, and suddenly remembered every bill to pay, every appointment, every unfinished task? That mental clutter is one of the biggest barriers to sleep. The solution? A simple notebook. Keep one by your bedside. Before you lie down, take 5 minutes to write down everything on your mind. Your to-dos, your worries, even random thoughts. Think of it as unloading your mental backpack. Once it's on paper, your brain doesn't feel the need to keep replaying it. Psychologists call this offloading cognitive load. In plain terms, it's giving your mind permission to rest. Instead of juggling reminders all night, your brain knows they're safe in your notebook. Some people even like to write down a short tomorrow plan, just 3 key things they'll focus on. It gives a sense of closure to the day and removes that nagging feeling of unfinished business. It might seem almost childish, like keeping a diary, but don't underestimate it. The act of physically writing, not typing, creates a stronger release in the brain. Try it tonight. I promise, when you put your thoughts on paper, your mind will be much quieter and sleep will come much easier. Hack 10 is next, and it's one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools for restful nights.
Hack 10, the consistency code. One of the most powerful sleep hacks has nothing to do with what you do right before bed. It's about when you go to bed. Your body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm, and it loves consistency. If you go to sleep at 10 one night, midnight the next, and 1 a.m. after that, your body never knows when to release melatonin. But if you train yourself to go to bed at the same time every night, even on weekends, you'll fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed. It doesn't have to be early, it just has to be consistent. If your natural bedtime is 11 p.m., stick with it. Over time, your body learns the pattern and prepares in advance, releasing hormones at the right time. Think of it like a symphony. When the musicians know the schedule, the music flows. But if everyone comes in at random, it's chaos. Your sleep is the same way. Yes, it takes discipline, but the payoff is huge. More energy, less grogginess, and fewer nights spent staring at the ceiling. And don't worry if you slip up sometimes. The key is overall rhythm, not perfection. Your body loves predictability. It will reward you for it. Hack 11 is next, and it might surprise you because it has to do with something as simple as socks. Hack 11. the cozy sock trick. Here's a quirky little secret. Wearing socks to bed can actually help you fall asleep faster. Strange, right? But science backs it up. When your feet are warm, blood vessels dilate, which improves circulation and helps your body release heat. And remember what we talked about in Hack 1? Lowering your core body temperature signals your brain that it's time to sleep. Warm feet speed that process up. Studies show that people who wear socks to bed fall asleep up to 15 minutes faster and stay asleep longer. Plus, it prevents those uncomfortable midnight chills that make you toss and turn. Now, it doesn't have to be thick, heavy socks. A light pair of breathable cotton socks is perfect. Just enough warmth to do the trick without overheating. Some people even keep a special bedtime pair that they only use for sleep. It becomes part of the ritual, a little signal to your brain. When the socks go on, it's time for rest. It might seem like the simplest, most basic tip, but like I said before, sometimes the basics deliver out-of-this-world results. Hack 12 is next, and it focuses on what you don't eat before bed. Hack 12, the evening food rule. What you eat and when can make a huge difference in your sleep quality. The rule is simple. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and sugar at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Here's why. Heavy meals make your digestive system work overtime, which keeps your body alert when it should be winding down. Caffeine, even from chocolate or tea, can linger in your system for up to 8 hours, blocking adenosine, the chemical that builds sleep pressure. And sugar? It spikes your blood sugar, then crashes it, which can wake you up in the middle of the night. Instead, choose light, sleep-friendly snacks if you're hungry. A banana, a handful of almonds, or a small bowl of oatmeal can actually help. They contain magnesium and tryptophan, nutrients that support melatonin production. And here's a bonus tip. Avoid drinking too much water right before bed. Waking up multiple times to use the bathroom disrupts deep sleep cycles. Try sipping earlier in the evening and taper off as bedtime gets closer. The food you eat isn't just fuel. It's a message to your body. When you choose light, calming options, you're telling your system, it's safe to rest now. Hack 13 is about creating the perfect bedroom environment, and it's simpler than you think. Hack 13, the bedroom reset. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, not a second living room. Yet so many of us clutter it with TVs, laptops, and piles of things that remind us of unfinished tasks. The hack here is simple. Make your bedroom a place your brain associates only with sleep and relaxation. That means no working in bed, no endless scrolling, no TV marathons. Reserve the bed for rest. Over time, your brain learns the association. When I'm here, it's time to sleep. Temperature matters too. Research shows the ideal sleep environment is around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool, dark, and quiet is the golden trio. Invest in blackout curtains if light sneaks in, and keep electronics out of reach. Even something as simple as fresh sheets can make a difference. Think about how good it feels to slide into a clean, crisp bed. It sends a subtle but powerful signal that this is a fresh start, a safe space. When your environment supports sleep, everything else becomes easier. Hack 14 is about something we all overlook. Hydration, but with a twist. Hack 14. The hydration balance. You've probably heard that staying hydrated is important for health. But did you know it can make or break your sleep? Too little water during the day can leave you restless at night. Dry mouth, leg cramps, even headaches. But too much water right before bed sends you to the bathroom again and again. The hack here is timing. Drink consistently throughout the day, then taper off in the evening. Aim to have your last full glass of water about 2 hours before bed. That way, your body stays hydrated, but your bladder doesn't interrupt deep sleep cycles. Electrolytes also play a role. A pinch of magnesium or potassium-rich foods like a banana or a few almonds helps muscles relax and prevents cramps. It's a balancing act. Think of it as keeping your body's engine tuned just right. Not too dry, not too flooded. Now, Hack 15 is one of my favorites because it turns a very ordinary object into a powerful sleep tool. Your blanket. Hack 15. The weighted comfort. Have you ever heard of weighted blankets? They're more than just a trend. A gentle, steady pressure over your body mimics something called deep touch therapy. It's like a hug for your nervous system. This pressure increases serotonin and melatonin while lowering cortisol. Translation: you feel calmer, safer, and sleep comes faster. You don't need anything fancy. Sometimes just layering a heavier quilt does the trick. But if you can, a weighted blanket designed for your body size works best. Many people over 60 find this especially helpful because it eases anxiety, reduces nighttime restlessness, and even lessens tossing and turning from conditions like arthritis or neuropathy. The first night might feel unusual, but give it a try for a few evenings. Most people report falling asleep faster and waking up less often. It's another example of something so simple, yet so powerful when applied consistently. But before we get to the ultimate hack, the one I promised at the start, let's pause. If you've made it this far, type 2 in the comments below. It tells me you're truly invested in better sleep, and it helps me keep making these videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so more people can benefit. Now, let's get to the game changer, the ultimate bedtime method. Here it is, the technique I promised at the beginning. It ties together everything we've talked about into one simple, powerful practice, the bedtime ritual stack. Instead of relying on just one hack, you combine the most effective ones into a 15-minute routine that tells your body in no uncertain terms, it's time to sleep. Here's how it works. Start with a warm foot soak or shower to trigger the temperature drop. Follow with 2 minutes of the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Write down tomorrow's worries and 3 things you're grateful for. Slip on cozy socks, dim the lights, and put on calming sound. Finally, stretch gently in bed and settle into your left side with a pillow between your knees. This simple sequence blends physical, mental, and emotional hacks into one routine. Your brain learns the pattern. After a week, just beginning the ritual signals sleep is coming. You might already know these hacks individually. They might even seem basic, but combined, the results are out of this world.
And now there's one last piece to wrap it all up. So here we are. You've learned 15 powerful hacks and one ultimate method to bring them all together. And if you try even 2 or 3 of these tonight, you'll feel the difference tomorrow morning. But if you commit to the full ritual, you might just unlock the kind of deep, peaceful sleep you haven't felt in years. And here's the gift. It's not about perfection. Even if you slip up, your body remembers. The more often you practice, the stronger the habit becomes, until sleep comes as naturally as breathing. So let me leave you with this one powerful reminder. Sleep is not a luxury. It's medicine. It restores your body, sharpens your mind, and adds years of joy to your life. If this video resonated with you, type 2 in the comments below and let's start a conversation. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with a friend or loved one who could use a better night's